Hi everyone, my name is Max Aulakh and I am fielding questions for CMMC. This particular question came from somebody named Glenda. So Glenda, thank you so much for sending in this question. And the question is, how are prime contractors expected to verify their subcontractors' level of compliance when you cannot look on the government's database and see their score? So first of all, what Glenda here is talking about is two particular databases. There's one called PIEE and another one called SPRS. PIEE stands for Procurement Integrated Enterprise Environment. I had to write that down. And SPRS is a supplier risk system. So recently, all the subcontractors, everybody has been notified to submit their score into these government databases. So first of all, we will never have access to the government database. If you've been in the game long enough, if you bid on enough government contracts and you worked with the U.S. government, you understand that there are many different databases that the government has that they manage in order to manage their supply chain. SAM is one, and then you have another one like CPARS for contractor pricing or contractor performance and rating and whatnot. SPRS is just another database that only the government has access to. Now, what I believe is that the government, whenever they are looking at making contracts, things like that, they always check their databases such as CPARS during the evaluation process. So the SPRS, the scoring that's been submitted in someday in the future, I can imagine the contracting officer or the representative actually logging into a database to check the level of score, right? The score that the subcontractor and the team that has, you put together as a prime, check on each and individual one of their scores as a factor of evaluation of some sort. So simply put, it's private information from a private company, and the government has to respect the privacy of a small business, a private entity, and therefore we will never have access to that kind of information. So really, what can a prime contractor do, and what are we supposed to do if we're a prime contractor and working with this sort of information and have a lot of sub vendors to manage? So I'm going to share some best practices, what we have seen with other primes that we have been working with, and what are some of the things they have been implementing. So first and foremost, proactive supplier management, right? And what that essentially means is that if you're in the government business, you are most likely managing certain critical programs as part of as being a prime, and then also you have critical contracts, multi-year contracts, multi-million dollars. What we encourage VPs of procurement and supply chain in a lot of the tier 1 suppliers is do some high-level risk analysis of all of your programs and contracts that you have. Reach out to the program manager. Some of the program managers may even bring this up to you proactively. That's what has been happening in our case with some of the customers we work with. And then from a program perspective, your goal is make sure that we de-risk that entire DoD program or the critical contract for your benefit as the prime. And then after that, you have to start managing flow down requirements and attestation from suppliers. So the scoring and attestation are entirely two different things. Scoring is just a score that the sub submits to the government. Attestation is an additional form that you can create. If you contact us, we can help you create this form. Of course, we can provide you sample forms, but you want to manage your flow down requirements, making sure that your suppliers are compliant. The reason is because ultimately when you bid on the job, when you put in the proposal, you as the prime put together the team. So you are responsible and accountable for making sure that all the flow down requirements are being met. And the last thing is just simplified cyber risk training for your supply chain is another thing you can do to prove that you're in compliance. So Glenda, thank you so much for asking this question. Please reach out, anybody, if you have any other questions. We'll be fielding these as they come in from the webinar. Have a great day. Bye.